Dear students, welcome to the English class and let us continue the topic yesterday we have started. So what is the name of the topic that we had started yesterday? That is letter writing. So letter writing is very important, and this letter writing will be asked under the question number 10, and two letters will be asked. Very one is formal letter and informal letter will be asked. So this letter is for 5 marks. Now yesterday we discussed what are the formats of the letter and what types of letters are there, to whom we write letters, and all these things so far covered. And so now we are in the parts of the letter. Now we are discussing the parts of the letter. Yesterday we just completed two parts of the letter. The very first part of the letter is that heading. Heading consisted with both sender's address and date and receiver's address in both formal and informal letter. And now second part is salutation. How a salutation is written in formal letter and informal letter. So that is has been discussed yesterday. And now let us talk about other part of the letter, that is very important part, that is the body of the letter. This is very important part of writing a letter. And now, so body of the letter is a main part of the letter, and this body of the letter can be written in the form of a paragraphs. So based on the content, based on the given information, you can divide the body of the letter into the paragraph. But another important thing is that you should not omit punctuations when you write body of the letter. So we may omit punctuations in fully blocked or a blocked format. But even it is a blocked or fully blocked format, but in the case of body of the letter, all the punctuation marks are need to be written without omitting any one of the punctuation marks. So that is very important. And here in the body of the letter, we divide body of the letter into the paragraphs. So you can divide them into the three paragraphs. So the very first one is the beginning of the body of the letter, and main content of the body of the letter, and finally ending of the body. So how we start a body of the letter? How a first paragraph is to be started, and so how do we start? How do we write main content, or how do we end the body? So this is very important. Now see. Beginning. So beginning itself is an introduction. See here, introduce yourself and the purpose of writing a letter. So now when you start writing a letter, firstly in the first paragraph itself you should introduce yourself to the person to whom you are writing a letter. And now, so what is the purpose of writing this letter is also to be included in the beginning paragraph. So the content of the beginning paragraph is that your introduction and the purpose of writing a letter. So what may be the reason to write this letter are to be included in the beginning paragraph. So that is all about the first paragraph. And now coming to the second paragraph, that is very important paragraph. Here the gist of the paragraph is to be written. Whatever the message or whatever the information or whatever the details you just wanted to mention, all the detail or whatever the problem that you wanted to raise. So whatever the information that you wanted to convey or whatever the application that you wanted to send. So all these things must be included in the middle paragraph, that is the main content. So main content is nothing but give details of the matter. So whatever the matter, so what the letter is all about, that should be written in the middle paragraph. That is very important. Okay now, so first beginning paragraph and second one is main content. In main content what do we write? We write details of the matter, whatever the matter that you wanted to present, or whatever the information that you wanted to present, or whatever the message that you wanted to convey. All the information and message and everything can be conveyed in the main content, that is in the middle paragraph. And now, and last paragraph of the body of the letter is ending. How you end the body of the letter? So here see, you just conclude by mentioning what you expect. This body of the letter, especially the ending paragraph of the body of the letter, it can be concluded. The ending paragraph of the body of the letter can be concluded about how. So by mentioning what you expect, so you may expect After mentioning all the details of the matter, after mentioning whatever the details you want to present, so after mentioning all these details, you may expect something from the receivers, so that you just conclude the last paragraph by expecting something. So that is how last paragraph is ended. So body of the paragraph, body of the letter can be divided into three main parts. The very first part is beginning. In the beginning itself, you should introduce yourself to the receiver and also the purpose of writing a letter, or you can write it as a purpose of writing a letter. And second one is main content. In the second paragraph, you just give details of the matter. Okay, and third one is ending. So how you end the body of the letter? So by concluding that, you mention what you may expect. So you may expect something from the receiver, so that you just conclude the last paragraph by expecting something from the receiver. So, and now see, in formal letter, we can conclude the body of the letter. See, body of the letter, thanking you. So after completion of all these three parts, first part is beginning, second part is content, and third part is ending. So after mentioning all these details, you just conclude the paragraph by saying thanking you. That's enough. And you can also say very formally, thanking you very much, sir, or thanking you, sir. And finally here, see, hoping to be favored with an early reply. So that is what you may expect. So you may expect that an early reply. See, early reply, hoping to be favored with an early reply. So this is how a formal letter is ended. That is how a body of the formal letter is ended. When it comes to an informal letter, it is quite different. You can mention here with best wishes, but you can't say the best wishes to the person to whom you wrote a formal letter. So you should not be so friendly with the officials. You should not be so friendly with authorities or business tycoons. There, you should not use all these informal words, all these affectionate words to the people to whom you wrote letter, formal letters, right? So in this one, you can use with best wishes or with love. You can conclude the body of the letter. You can conclude the body of the letter with love or with best wishes or with kind regards, or you can convey my best regards, convey my best wishes. If it is for elders, you can convey your best regards. If it is younger than you, you can convey your wishes to them. And convey, you can also say that convey my profound regards to your aunt and uncle. Convey my best regards to uncle and aunt. Convey my best regards to father and mother. So that is how a body of the letter is ended. So there are majorly three parts in body of the letter. The very first part is the beginning. In the beginning, you should introduce yourself and write the purpose of writing a letter. And main content. So that is the middle paragraph. In the middle paragraph, whatever the information that you would like to present or whatever the message that you wanted to convey, that message or that information can be written in the middle of the paragraph. And now coming to the last paragraph, that is ending paragraph. This ending paragraph can be concluded. So with by expecting, I think you may expect something from the receiver, and whatever you may expect from the receiver, that should be written in the concluding part of a letter. That is the last part. And formal letters can be ended by saying thanking you very much, sir, thanking you, sir, hoping to be favored with an early reply. And now coming to the informal letter, with best wishes, with love, with best regards, and convey my best regards to your aunt and uncle, convey my profound regards to your uncle and aunt, or your mother, my mother and father. So like you can mention. But if it is a wishes, if the person is younger than you, you just say your wishes. You just wish them, convey my best wishes to, convey my best regards to, in the sense that means they are older than you. Okay, so this is the very important part of letter, that is body of the letter. And now let's talk about another part is subscription. Okay, right. Now another part of writing a letter is subscription. See, we should not end the letters abruptly. So when you end the letters very abruptly, without mentioning anything, this letter can be a rude. So that we should not make our letter writing rude by ending the letter abruptly. Therefore, it is better to use a subscription. Here, subscription can be called as leave taking. It is a leave taking or a complementary clause. So we close the body of the letter with a complement, right? This is complementary clause. And how do we write a subscription? And there are many people to whom we write letters. But how do we write a subscription to a particular person? For examples, I have mentioned here some different kinds of the people to whom we write letters regularly. So that here, firstly, I mentioned here to officials and businessmen. When you write a letter to officials and businessmen, so how do we write a subscription? See, this is to officials and business people. We write subscriptions like yours faithfully. So for officials and businessmen, yours faithfully is a suitable subscription. And you should not forget to keep a comma. There you should use a comma after subscription, yours faithfully, like this. This is a small comma is needed. A very small comma is needed after every subscription. So to officials and business people, the suitable subscription is yours faithfully. That is enough. And coming to other type of people, to principal or a headmaster or a school teacher. So when you are writing a letter to the college principal, or when you are writing a letter to the school headmaster or a school teacher or a college teacher or college lecturer, there you should mention subscription yours obediently. So this is the best subscription that is used for principals, headmasters and teachers. Yours obediently. Here's another important thing is that you should not write YOURS in cursive writing. It is better to write in a bold letters YOURS. And another important thing is that there you should not use any apostrophe or there you should not use any apostrophe in subscription. That is very, very important thing. YOURS, that is enough. Yours faithfully, yours obediently. This yours obediently is suitable subscription to the people, to the principal, to the headmaster or to the class teacher. And now coming to when you write letters to the stranger, when you write a letter, unknown persons, unfamiliar ones, when you write letters to the unfamiliar ones or strangers, there you should mention subscriptions, yours truly. That is a suitable subscription for stranger. Okay, and now coming to blood relatives. Who are the blood relatives? Your father, your mother, your brother, uncle, aunt. So when you write letters to these people, there you should use a subscription that is yours lovingly, or you can write yours affectionately, And finally, when you write a subscription to our friends, there you should use a subscription that is when you write a letter to our friends, subscription is yours lovingly or yours sincerely. You can write both yours lovingly or yours sincerely. But you can write any one of. You should not write both at once. You should write either yours lovingly or yours sincerely. And these are the subscriptions. And these are the subscriptions for different kinds of people, to officials and business people, to principal, headmaster, teacher, and to the strangers, and to the blood relatives, and to the friends. Okay, these are the different kinds of subscriptions. You keep this point in your mind. And let us talk about superscription. That is nothing but the address of the receivers. Last part of writing a letter is superscription. Superscription is nothing but address of the receiver. It is receiver's address. And another important thing is that this superscription should not be written in formal letters, as we have already written in the part of heading. So heading is consisted with three parts already we discussed. That is, one is sender's address, day to receiver's address. And we can write sender's address, day to and receiver's address in heading part. And in formal letters, we write superscription within the heading. So at the end of the letter, there you no need to write superscription in formal letter. But whereas in informal letter, it is written on the envelope of the letter. And we can write this superscription at the end of the letter. Okay, na? And we have already see here in superscription, you should start superscription with the name of the person to whom you write a letter. And so door number, and next a street or avenue, locality, and so then you mention the locality from where this street is located, near ring road, or you can write here some phrases like in front of, behind. You can write also beside. So in front of Andhra Bank, or behind State Bank, or besides Rama Temple, or like that. You can use some phrases like near. Okay, just locating locality. And now finally, so what is the name of the area, or what is the name of the village in which they are living? And finally, main town. So and finally ends with the pin code number. So this is how a superscription is written for informal letters. Whereas in formal letters, you no need to write a superscription particularly, as we have already written superscription in the part of heading. And these are all the parts of letters. And if you present all these 5 parts in intermediate level, but in places where they exactly present, definitely you get 5 out of 5 without a pain, definitely. And each point carries 1 mark. So there are 5 points, there are 5 parts. So as there are 5 parts, you get 5 marks. That means each part carries 1 mark. And you should present each part in its particular places in both formal and informal letter. And in tomorrow's class, let us talk about the format. How many formats we discussed here? There are 3 formats. That is the intended format, that is nothing but a traditional format. And second format is blocked format. And finally third format is fully blocked format. How these formats will be, we shall discuss in the coming class. Thank you all. Thank you very much.